what we're exploring in this conversation is whether we are approaching the stage at which bots could fill that gap, right? Where either we're dealing with challenges of um, attitudes towards certain types of behavior or certain types of illnesses or cultural, dimensions that may make it very difficult to have those kinds of conversations, right? Or in times like this when things are really hectic, challenging, it's a busy time, it's a stressful time for everyone, even the bosses who are supposed to be supporting their employees. Could, right, boss
Mm-hmm.
step in to fill that gap and
Mm-hmm.
provide support both to the manager and to their employees because both of them are in need of help right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that, like we said before, I mean, that's kind of if we look at the next slide here, of course, we're in this together. I mean, we are, we're not alone, and bots can be that great sort of bridging that gap and being able to be that icebreaker and maybe even, be trained to connect people with either resources that they need or healthcare workers or EAP counselors or things like that, right? I mean, it's important for us to know that we're not alone out there, and if the bot is kind of that connector piece to being able to open up that conversation and get over that hump of not being able to talk about it to a person, maybe people would be more likely to talk to it about, or sorry, talk to a bot about it that's not biased, that's not gonna pass judgment, and really just kind of be that support system. Like it's not able to really, well, maybe it is maybe in the future we will be able to see it that it actually has some empathy of some kind, or at
But
least synthetic empathy.
who
But
knows? Yeah, exactly.
you can train it, right?
Yeah, and imagine, a day in the life of, right? Like we mentioned earlier, I woke up today, I'm not feeling the greatest, and I rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10, a 2, or a 3. The next day, I rate myself at 2. The next day, I rate myself at 1, right? And I'm teetering in the low end of the scale, right,
Mm-hmm.
for a period of time, right? Could we have a bot that could then, at that point in time, first day, oh, you look like you're not feeling quite well. Here are some exercise tips, or get your coffee, whichever, right?
Yep.
The next day, yeah, have you been outside? Maybe consider taking a walk. Third day, hey, are you aware that your company has these resources that you can read through, or right, or
Yep.
browse through, or apply to your life, and we have these benefits that you can take advantage of, right? Fourth day, maybe it's time to talk to somebody, right? Would you be open if I connected you to somebody? I can make the call, and you have to see what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
that bridge that might be desperately needed because is I'm pretty sure you're aware. Sometimes when we need help, we're not the best at seeking for help,
Mm-hmm.
and we may not even realize that it's time for us to seek help. So if there was a way for us to set up systems like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm pretty sure that would be very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity, I think, for humanity going forward, is to really explore how we can sort of set up that help and give people that help. And like I said, I mean, the fact that we could potentially be able to use it, in such an advanced way in the next little while. Actually, there are already I think there already are a few bots that have been developed for the mental health community. I mean, I'm part of the mental health community on Twitter and things like that, and I have seen a couple things come up. So they're already kind of in early stages, which is great. I mean, it's so cool to see that idea, this ability, and certainly. I think we can definitely use it, but yeah, folks. I mean, the important thing to know is that whether it's a bot that we use or if it's a person-to-person contact, we are in this together. And I think that it's very telling that this virus has basically knocked out every divisive property in our lives right now. I mean, it does not care you know, about race. It doesn't care about religion. It doesn't care about, you know, wealth. It doesn't care about how much power you have. It doesn't care about anything. I mean, it's indiscriminate with who it chooses, you know, to infect, right? So, I mean,
anyone
you know,
can get it.
Sorry?
Anyone can get it.
Yeah, anyone can get it, and you know, like, so it's so interesting to see how so many, you know, nations and so many businesses that maybe, you know, at one point might have been competitors, but now they're just like, no, let's just work on it together. Let's just figure this out. I mean, you know, we are humanity come together in an unprecedented way, you know, and it's so interesting to see that happening, you know, and just seeing the support that's out there, you know, and the support that's out there for people. And I think that we need to continue that even in our own organizations. I mean, I know that our organization, you know, our as Alfaro can attest to this, our CEO, our president, sorry, Eric, has basically said, anytime you need a person to talk to, give me a call, you know, and we're doing social things, like we're trying to keep connected via virtual social events. I mean, you know, like, and just kind of that checking in, how you doing? And I believe, Alfaro, we are in production of putting a bot out or something like that as well, like internally to test how our internal employees are doing too, right?
Yes. We are actually actively working on a implementation of a bot that can basically do the things that we're talking about. Check on each other, make sure that we're doing well, make sure that, and to your point about, you know, we're in this together. When one of us suffers, basically we all suffer. And that's the one of the things that we are realizing with this pandemic is that we are all connected one way or the other, right? And so when we take care of each other, we take care of ourselves indirectly as well. And so investing in things like this is never a waste of time or resources.